Every voyage pushes a machine closer to its truth, and tonight, that truth begins to surface. Cole rebuilt this engine with precision, but endurance is a different battlefield.
Steel remembers every mile, and it never forgets stress.
This wasn't a flaw, it was a limit. Push it further, and the ship would pay the price.
Gaia. The design is sound, but the material cannot survive continuous strain.
Skill had reached its ceiling. Now the material must evolve.
Beyond the sea lies an island where metal is tested, and only the worthy rebuild it.
To save the ship, Cole must first surpass himself.
Thus begins the path to the gear tower, where engineers are forged, not born. This island does not breathe. It functions.
Here, even the sea obeys engineering.
At the center stands the gear tower. 7 trials, 7 evolutions.
Every plate, every bolt speaks a language he understands.
This is not a test of strength, but of comprehension.
Only engineers may enter. Only builders may proceed.
Each level teaches what the previous could not.
These fundamentals he mastered long ago. The tower begins at the beginning, but it does not stay there.
7 floors stand between failure and the metal that can save their ship. The first tier teaches what holds everything together.
Balance is not strength, it is understanding.
When stress disappears, structure remains.
Tier 1 does not reward success. It confirms readiness.
The second tier introduces movement.
Power is nothing if it cannot travel.
Force must learn obedience. Too much breaks. Too little fails. Flow achieved. Without resistance.
The tower has acknowledged him and prepares what come next.
Tier 3 abandons force and listens instead.
Here, materials remember every load they have endured.
Stress leaves scars, even when repaired. To strengthen steel, you must calm its memory.
Harmony replaces reinforcement.
The wrong frequency shatters, the right one heals.
Every structure has a voice. Few ever hear it.
Mastery begins when resistance disappears. Tier 3 marks the end of common engineering.
Above this, only those who reshape reality through craft may proceed.
Tier 4 introduces machines that refuse to stay the same.
Static designs fail because the world never stops changing.
Strength is not resistance, it is response.
The builder no longer dictates shape, only intent.
Adaptive balance replaces brute reinforcement.
Every surge teaches the system how to survive the next.
Endurance is learned, not enforced.
This is what his engine lacked.
Adaptation marks the gateway to mastery.
Beyond this, machines no longer obey physics alone.
Tier 5 teaches power without violence.
Force breaks systems. Flow preserves them.
Power must listen before it moves.
Staggered release replaces sudden thrust. And the system learns how much it can give.
Endurance is born from restraint.
Control defines mastery.
Continuous motion, without collapse.
He had been pushing when he should have guided.
Tier 6 demands more than skill. Tier 6 allows no margin for error.
Precision replaces strength. Underweight, the smallest movement matters most.
Balance is not fixed, it's maintained.
True masters act before failure appears.
Stability is silent.
When force is unavoidable, alignment becomes survival.
One degree saved everything. Passing Tier 6 learns no praise.
Only understanding remains. The final tier offers nothing, because nothing is given.
No materials, no instructions. Only understanding may activate it. The mechanism responds to intent.
A master sacrifices tools to become the tool.
Creation begins where memory ends.
The tower does not test skill.
It tests understanding.
This is the mark of a grand artificer.
The tower offers its final gift.
The material was never meant to be owned, only applied.
The ship had survived, but its heart had not.
The old system failed under sustained load.
Power was never the issue. Endurance was.
A craftsman respects his past work, but never lets it limit the future.
The material adapts because it understands force.
No resistance. No fatigue.
This is not reinforcement.
This is rebirth.
The first test is always restraint. No warm-up curve. No instability.
Every system listens and responds.
Force no longer accumulates. This vessel has surpassed its own blueprint.
Power without punishment.
Endurance unlocked.
Environment no longer dictates limitation.
The test is complete. A machine that remembers no fatigue.
Completion has been acknowledged. The tower recognizes mastery, not victory. Few ascend through design alone.
Fewer endure through restraint.
Every choice preserved.
Skill without understanding is forbidden.
Understanding has been proven.
From this moment, creation carries responsibility.
A craftsman does not rule machines. He listens, and they answer.